Hey there. This is a quick introduction to our online databases to help you kind of navigate them and see all the great sort of resources you have access to. So let's say you are researching the topic of teen mental health and social media use. And so naturally, the first thing you're going to do is probably go to Google and just type that in, teen mental health and social media use. And you'll get your results here. And you can see I've gotten a lot of .edus, so those are helpful. A lot of trusted news organizations. So this is a good sort of results page. But let's say I want to read this article. And unfortunately, I don't subscribe to the Washington Post because I don't. So it's going to make me pay for the article. And this happens a lot with academic articles as well. And so I don't have access to this. But you do have access to this through the databases. And so that's where it's helpful to kind of know how to use the databases to help you get access to newspapers and magazines that are trying to charge you. So if you click on our online database page here, you'll see all our databases listed here. And these are the ones I'm going to focus on for this tutorial, but you can see we also have science databases, history databases, controversial issue databases, global issue databases, and you have maybe used some of these in your previous classes. We have a database just on statistics right here, if that's what you're looking for. So we're just going to look at the two most popular databases, and that's ProQuest and Students' Resources in Context. And I'll just show you some of the great things that they have to offer. So here's the ProQuest page. You won't have to log into this if you are on campus, but if you are off campus, you'll have to use a username and password. You can find all the username and passwords here if you go to frequently asked questions. What are the passwords to the databases? And they're in this folder here. And so if you click on this and you're logged in, just click on this document right here. And it'll show you all the passwords. So most of them are LA Eagles, but ProQuest is Los Altos 1 exclamation point. Statista is LA Eagles exclamation point. And then EBSCO is your student ID number. So just look at that page if you are having trouble logging in, and that will show you how to do that. But since I'm on campus, I don't need to log in. You'll see Mountain View Los Altos Union High School District right up here. So I'm logged in. And I'm just going to put in the same search term, teen mental health and social media, and show you what I get. So you can see I've got over 100,000 results. So that's way too many for me to look through. And so what I want to do is start using these filters along the side here to help me get this number down. So the first thing I'm going to do is just limit it to full text articles, and so that brings that down. Sometimes these databases will just give you an abstract or a summary without the full text. Next, I'm going to look at source type and click on more here and click on newspapers and magazines. I think those are going to be good for me, and apply that filter. And you can see I'm down to 40,000, which is good. I want recent information for my article. I don't want information that's dated. So I'm just going to do the last 12 months that it was published in. And you can see right here, here's that Washington Post article. And so I can click on that. I could keep doing filters. You know, if I wanted to look at publication title and click on, Washington Post, New York Times, USA Today, I could go through the list and just LA Times, look at different things. I can apply as many of those or as few of those as I want to. So now I'm down to 227, and here's the article that I was trying to get from the free web right here. So when I click on it, I have the full article. All my search terms are highlighted in the article, as you can see. And it's also given me suggested other sources here that might be helpful. Now, another time saver for the databases is that it lets you cite it right here. So I can just click on Cite for my bibliography, and I have to change this from APA to MLA. And then I can just copy and paste this into my bibliography. And that saves me a lot of time from like going to EasyBib, which I know a lot of you guys use, where you have to enter all the information and search for all that information, and that just takes time. So databases save you all that time. I can also, if I want to, put this in my Google Drive, and so I just click all options here, and I can save it in a variety of ways here, but if I want to just put it in my drive so I can annotate it, I just put that, a little pop-up window will show up, and now it'll be in my drive. And I can access it there and annotate it and do all that sort of stuff. Okay, so that's ProQuest. Next thing I'm going to show you is, let's go back to the database page, Gale Student Resources and Contexts. And I'm already logged in here, but this is one that has LA Eagles. And I'm going to put in the same search term, teen mental health and social media. Now here I'm not wildly enthusiastic. You can see the Washington Post article is listed here, but 7 results feels a little, doesn't feel great to me. I feel like I should have more than that. So whenever that happens, I have to look at sort of my search terms and kind of think about whether or not they're the right search terms. And so if I just switch the order here and do social media and then go and mental health, just switch the order, you see I get a lot more results. And so play around with different keywords, different synonyms for your search terms, you know, because they will give you different results. So you can see I've got a lot more news sources, a lot more magazines. And Gale over here, their filters are on this side. Now if I hit subjects, you can see if I click youth, instead of doing teen, if I did youth, I'm going to get a lot more articles. And so that's what I want to look for. And so again, that's where it's important to have like a sort of bank load of keywords, because if teen isn't working, then you have to think of another term that it might be more successful on the databases. Okay, so I can start to look through some of these articles. Here's that Washington Post article again. And it can look at other things. Again, I can search, can do the publication date and I just want articles in the last year here. I can look at the document type here. I can look at the publications here. And when I filter down to enough, once I find an article that I like, Gale also has all these features where I can cite it right here. And so this is MLA, and so this is what I would copy and paste into my bibliography. I can send this to my drive just by clicking this button right here and linking it to my account. And I just have to give it permission. And then it'll pop up in my drive that way. It'll also give me more articles like this as well as related subjects, and that can help me find more search terms that might help me find more information. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. There's a lot more to explore here, but I'm just going to give you those 2 databases for now because I think they'll be the most helpful for your project right now. But if you ever have any questions or need any help, remember the library always has a help me button right here. So if you have a panic situation and you need an article and you can't find it, click on that and it'll open up a Google form and you can tell me what you're looking for and I can search for you and send you what I find. So remember, that's always available to you too. Okay, good luck.